Hey guys, it's your girl Tonistylesme. Welcome back to my channel. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today I'm going to be doing a blowout on one of my lovely clients. And here I'm going to show you guys the products I'm using today. From left to right, I'm going to be using the leave-in conditioner by Ion, which is in that gray bottle. I'm also going to be using the Silk Drop, which is a serum, also by Ion. I'm going to be using the Turn Up the Heat Protection Spray by Beyond Zone. And I'm going to be using the Blowout Styling Cream by Ion as well. You're also going to need a carbon fine tooth comb. Plastic won't work because it will melt. A rolling brush, clips, and a shear. I also purchased my shear, the rolling brush, and the comb from Sally's. So everything on the screen right now I purchased from Sally's except for the clips. You can purchase clips like this from any local beauty supply store for under $3. Of course, you're going to need styling tools as well. Today I'm going to be using my Babyliss Pro Nano Titanium Blow Dryer. I've had this dryer for 3 years. I got it at a local beauty supply store in South Florida. I don't remember exactly where, but I will try to find a link and add it in the description. And I'm also going to be using the Ionic 10X iron. I purchased this one from Salon Centric for around $200. And I promise that may sound pricey, but this iron was absolutely positively worth every single cent I spent on it. You're also going to need a wide tooth comb and a paddle brush. I also purchased that brush from Sally's. Clearly, I'm a Sally's addict. I'm there all the time, point blank period. So now I'm going to show you guys how I transform my client from that to this. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first product I'm starting out with is the leave-in conditioner by Ion. So I just sort of generously spray the product throughout my client's hair. She's freshly washed and conditioned right now, and her hair is still wet. And I take about a dime size of the Blowout cream by Ion, and I put it in my palm. As you can see here, this is the amount that I use. And I go ahead and take the product and rub it together in my palms and rub it all throughout her hair so that the product is on every single strand. You want to make sure that it's distributed evenly throughout her entire head. It just gives you a smoother finish once all is said and done. And both of these products are very, very lightweight. They don't make your hair heavy once heat is applied to it. They don't make it greasy, stiff, any of those things. So I would definitely recommend. And please excuse my band-aid, guys. I definitely broke my nail tragically. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and separate the hair into 4 quadrants. This is where the clips come in. And this just makes the whole process a lot easier to do it in sections. And you'll see why in a few. So you're going to go in with a wide tooth comb and detangle the section. And then section it off into smaller pieces. Go in with your paddle brush and the blow dryer and just start to dry the hair in small sections. So you don't want to dry the entire section all at once, just because the sole purpose of the blowout is to do things in small sections. That's what gives you that smooth, sleek, finished look. So this one quadrant of the 4, you're gonna break that up into probably 4 different sections to blow dry it out with the paddle brush. You don't want to do just that whole section at once because it won't make the end product as sleek and finished as it should be. And once you watch the video, you'll see. also make sure that when you're using your dryer with the attachment, you're not actually touching your client's hair with the nozzle or the dryer itself. You want to be using the dryer right above the brush you're using, as you can see here. So I'm currently using the rolling brush because I finished drying that section out with the paddle brush. I use the paddle brush first, like as a sort of detangler, just to blow the hair out straight. It makes it easier and it's less tension on the client's scalp when you use the paddle brush first to kind of get it smoothed out, and then go back in with the rolling brush. But the same thing applies. You're going to do this in small sections just as you did with the paddle brush, and make sure that you're pointing the heat away from your client's scalp because you don't want to burn them, because this process can get real hot real quick. Okay, so as far as how you use the rolling brush is concerned, that is extremely difficult to explain in words. So you just kind of have to watch what I'm doing and the motions that I'm making. And you'll see the difference that the paddle brush makes in just smoothing the hair out and stretching it to the actual length. So just really pay attention to how I'm moving it and exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so once that section is fully blowed out, you'll see the difference in the original and the fully blowed out state. And you're going to go ahead and section that part off. It should be fully detangled and you should be able to easily run a fine-tooth comb through it. And now I'm just going to continue to do what I just did to that section to the rest of her head. And people have also asked me why it is that I do the paddle brush and the rolling brush. Like, why not just use the paddle brush and then straighten it? And as you can see here on the left, that side has only been paddle brushed and the right has been paddle brushed and rolling brushed. And you can see a complete difference in the texture of the hair. The point of calling it a blowout is for the simple fact that the blow drying process should take away 85% of the work. straightening it, there should be no difficulties. You shouldn't have to be going over it consistently. It should be one pass and you're good. So once you use the rolling brush, you're going to achieve that straight blowed out look that you see on the right here, versus the left with the paddle brush that it still looks like it could be blowed out a bit more. So once the hair is completely blowed out, it should look something similar to this, and you should be able to run a fine tooth comb right through it. After I use the rolling brush, I do go back through with the paddle brush one more time, as you see I'm about to do. So just stay tuned and keep watching. Also guys, if my client ends up a little puffy, that's because she's been natural for a year and has not received a trim yet. So that is very normal. We're going to take care of that towards the end though. Once I trim her, and we're actually going to do a cut today, not a trim. But now I'm just going to be taking the Ion Silk Drops, and I'm going to put a dime size in my palm. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. It's a little runny because you know it's a serum, but a little goes a long way. And y'all look at R. Kelly. Anywho, I'm just rubbing that serum throughout her entire head. I want to make sure that every single strand is coated with it because it's a serum, but it also acts as a heat protector. The Blowout cream actually does that as well. I use 3 different forms of heat protection because I just do not play that. So yes, now we're going to separate her hair in half. And I'm going to go in with the Beyond the Zone Heat Protectant. One thing I've learned with doing blowouts and presses is that a little bit of product really goes a long way. Once you add heat to your hair, it distributes the product all throughout the hair shaft. So especially with this heat protection spray, you don't really have to use a lot because it sprays very widely, and once I spray it on her hair, I kind of rub it through with my hands and just make sure everything is coated. And then we're going to start off with these small sections. As you can see here, you want to make sure that you're straightening the hair in very, very small sections, and you don't want to do more than 1, maximum 2 passes, and that's already pushing it. I'm going in with the Ionic 10X iron on 450, and I use my iron on 450 because I really only do 1 pass on my client's hair, and then I go back in towards the end to bump it, but that's going to be in very large sections. So as you can see here, this hair is very shiny, it's not greasy, it's not heavy. It looks very light and flowy, and that's how you want your blowout to look. So I'm just going to continue pressing her hair out. And a tip for people that are new to doing blowouts, if you kind of tug at the client's hair in the section before you put the iron on it, it sort of pulls the hair away from the scalp, so that when you do clamp the roots, you refrain from burning your client's scalp with the iron. So that's just a tip for anyone that wants to start doing blowouts or is new. You see I'm kind of pulling it away from her scalp there, and I use the comb towards the end to just make sure that everything is being pressed out smoothly so I don't have to go back through the hair a bunch of times. And as you can see here, it's pressed out nice and smooth and silky, almost like she has a relaxer. Actually, exactly like she has a relaxer, not almost, period. So I'm just going to keep on doing the same thing throughout her entire head, and I'll let you guys watch. Back in with the Beyond the Zone. heat protection spray. This time I'm going to spray it on my hands just because, I don't know, I just like to rub things through in my client's hair. I prefer to put it on my hands and rub it through than to spray it directly, because I just feel like it works better for me. That's my only explanation as far as that is concerned. But yes, so I put the heat protectant on in large sections and rub it through rather than spraying it on every single tiny section, because I don't feel like that's effective as far as heat protection is concerned. I feel like it weighs the hair down too much and defeats the purpose of the light, fluffy, airy blowout. Shout out to Madam CJ Walker. Y'all already know what's going on right now. I'm just hot combing her edges, and I'm gonna get her kitchen and, you know, just all around her perimeter to make sure everything is smooth and pressed out. And you can opt to flat iron these parts of your client's hair, but I just prefer to use the hot comb because it works better for me. It gives me a smoother finish and it's just easier for me. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut off her dead ends, and there were a lot of them because she hasn't had a trim in a year, and she opted to do a cut today, so we're doing more than just a trim. She wanted a cute little bob shape, so here we are. So I use the blow dryer once I'm done pressing to give me like that finished smooth look on top, and I use it to reinforce wherever my client wants their part to be, as you can see. So now I'm just going to separate her hair into large sections and go back in with the iron to bump those ends like B2K. I'm just adding a little flavor and feathering the bangs a bit. Once I feather, I like to go in with my blow dryer and rolling brush on medium heat, and I like to just roll the brush in the direction that I want the bangs to fall because it gives a real smooth finished look. That's how that's done. I hope that was helpful to someone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.